We have been promoted to the promised land of the English Premier League. Oh, it still feels good. It's actually a couple of days since I recorded that final, and I'm still buzzing. I still can't quite believe it, actually, that we're going to be playing in the top flight, because it's been a long journey. This series has been going since the game came out, since FM19 came out in November, so it has been a long journey, hasn't it? But yeah, boy does it feel good. The final was magnificent. It was 3-3 after 90 minutes. Mark Ball scored 4 goals in this game. He was the hero in the end, getting his hat-trick in the 94th minute. And we scored a couple more goals to make it comfortable towards the end. It was special. It was a really special performance from the lads. I couldn't be happier with them. And we're going to be playing in the English Premier League next year. There's going to be an overhaul at the club, surely. I feel like there has to be in the summer. We've got plenty of money to spend. We can treble our wage budget. I've clicked on the wrong thing. Yeah, we can treble the wage budget. And I could even increase even more if I wanted to. £28 million to spend. I mean, our biggest ever transfer so far was last summer for Mateo, the French 21-year-old centre-back. £575,000. That's our record signing. Surely we're going to beat it multiple times in the summer. At the same time, I don't want to be too harsh on the lads that got us up there. There will be players leaving the club. Plenty of players came on loan, remember, that will be leaving. Luna and TUCAKOVIC have agreed to sign permanently for teams over in the States, so we won't see them again. Players that I would like to bring back, I think the only one really is Vitor. The others, Gamble, Kay, Ungul, they'll probably go back. We never really saw Ungul because of the problem with him not being able to play in the league. But yeah, there's other players that their contracts are running up. You'll notice 2031, plenty of contracts running out. There's certain players that I probably will give another contract to. I mean, Perry Miles is a club legend. One of our own. He's not good enough. He's not good enough for the Championship, let alone the Premier League. But I'm tempted to just give him like a 1-year contract anyway, because we've got the money to do it. We'll see. Anyway, we'll have a look at the awards and the overall best 11, etc. And then we'll go back and look at the statistics of the players and a few other things. There will be a goal of the season thing as well. That'll be in a couple minutes. So this is the overall best 11 now, which I don't know why some of the players are in here. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, Bayless has already made it in here, but Okoro has vanished. How is he below Aaron Trollope? That just really makes no sense. By the way, I'm going to do a Revelations video, which means my extra side series. I haven't made one of those videos for a while. Well, I'm going to just go through the history of the club and the journey so far to the Premier League in a bit more detail. Today we're just focusing on this season, apart from this overall best 11. I think we'll ignore it because it just doesn't make much sense to me. But if we look at the best 11 from this season, Bayliss in goal, no surprise there of course. Gamble, Mateo, Vitor and Kay are the back four. Cochrane, Ramirez, Flanagan and TUCAKOVIC. Ball and Luna. I don't think there's any surprises there really. Mark Ball has managed to win Fans Player of the Season for the 6th season in a row. Well deserved. Luna, probably going into the playoffs, was the player of the season, but he had a poor player, so I think he scored 1 goal, didn't he, in the playoffs. But Mark Ball was phenomenal. How many did he score? 6 goals in 3 games. He was a long way behind Luna going in. He scored against Bolton in that game. He scored twice there. He scored in the second leg from the penalty spot. He scored 7 goals in 3 games to catch up with Luna. That is quite remarkable, isn't it? What an end to the season, and that has basically gifted him the Fans Player of the Season award. I will put a link to a Twitter poll so you can vote yourself for the Player of the Season, but surely Mark Ball will come out on top. Maybe some of you will vote for someone else though. Luna second with 21%, and Mateo, really good solid centre-back performance from our French 21-year-old, all-time top goal scorer of course. Signing of the season, Kevin Ramirez, can't disagree with that. He was phenomenal, played really well. He dropped off towards the end, but his average rating is extremely high. We've not really managed to get particularly high average ratings from our midfielders over the years, but since changing the roles this season, it's worked. Box-to-box midfielder Flanagan played pretty well this year. Ramirez has played very well as a deep line playmaker. We're going to have to stick with this in the Premier League, I think. And Luna won Young Player of the Season at 24. No, I feel like it should be 21 and under for that award. Now, goal of the season. I'm going to show you the game's goal of the season, and then I'm going to show you a few of my favourite goals from this season. I've tried to reduce them, because often in the past I've given you like 25 goals to choose from, and it's a bit too many. But let's have a look to see this TUCAKOVIC goal against Hull City. This is regarded as the best goal of our season. Oh yes, it was phenomenal. It was. It won goal of the month. That is goal of the season, I think. Take a look now. Take a look now. What do you think then? Is that goal of the season? For me it is. However, Mark Ball's goal in the playoff final, the hat-trick goal, is the most important goal. So I feel like that might get quite a few votes from you guys. Anyway, there's a link in the description below to vote for that as well. Let's have a look through some of these other things then. Have we looked at the main things? Ball wins Player of the Year. Championship Player of the Year. Well done, Mark Ball. Oh, he really is a legend, isn't he? Let's just have a look at him. Oh, he's so good. And he keeps getting better. He's 28 now, in his prime. His value's gone up. You know, it used to be pretty pathetic value, but it's actually gone up for the first time in a long time. He won the top goal scorer award, so he did actually finish ahead of Luna. Our club top goal scorer this season was Luna because he made less appearances, but in regards to the championship, he actually made one less appearance than Luna in the league, meaning he finishes top goal scorer ahead of Luna. He's won it all three seasons he has been in the championship. That is just truly astonishing. It really is. I mean, this year it looked like it was going to be the worst season for him goal scoring wise, but he's got more than his first season in the championship. Last year was just incredible, wasn't it? But yeah, wow, I can't quite believe it. What he's managed to achieve is just insane. And Mateo's won Young Player of the Year. Really well done to him as well. He's maybe gone under the radar a little bit, but yeah, he's played very well. Championship goal of the season, TUCAKOVIC just misses out to a Millwall player. I've managed to win Manager of the Year and Team of the Year. We've got Mateo, Ramirez and Mark Ball in there. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Let's have a look at the squad then. I'm just going to include the under 23 players because a few of them did feature. So, most appearances this season goes to jointly to Vitor and Bayliss. Both made 49 appearances this season. I'm surprised Vitor actually made 49. I suppose he did appear in a couple Hampshire Senior Cup games as well. In fact, Mark Ball has made the most because of his sub appearances. He's made 51 appearances, hasn't he? Is that the highest? Must be, yeah. So Mark Ball's made the most appearances this season. Luna is the top goal scorer technically for the club this year because he made 2 less appearances than Mark Ball. Mark Ball came off the bench in a couple Hampshire Senior Cup games, I think. But still, 2 strikers scoring 29 goals this season is special. The goals are really shared around below that. TUCAKOVIC finishes 3rd top goal scorer in the end with 9 goals. He's had a very good last season for the club. It's a shame that he's leaving. Flanagan with 8. We've got Andy Oliver, Ramirez with 7. Mateo and Vitor chipped in from centre-back position. Mateo scored 3 free kicks this year. Assist-wise, Cochrane and Mark Ball. So Cochrane finishes top just because he made a few less appearances. He had a good season at right midfield. I mean, it wasn't amazing, but his average rating of 7 is actually pretty good. Some seasons we've not had very many players at all get a 7 average rating. So that's really impressive stuff. Mark Ball 2nd and TUCAKOVIC 3rd. Man of the match-wise, Luna top with 9. He really did have a very good first half of the season, I suppose. Second half was decent, but there's just periods, especially at the end of the season, he just couldn't seem to find any clear-cut chance opportunities finding the back of the net. I've said all those words in the wrong order with that sentence. You know what I mean. Top average rating-wise, it is Mark Ball, because we ignore the players that didn't make 10 appearances. These players all appeared in the Hampshire Senior Cup. Agu with 2 goals, adding to his tally. Mark Ball finishes top average rating there, and then it's Rutherford, who dropped off a little bit because I did play him towards the end of the season, and then it's Mateo with a 7.22. But look at all these. I mean, this is the best year ever for average ratings, I think. Half the squad over a 7. That is quite incredible. We've really not had that before. I'm interested to see who's the most valuable player now. It's actually Kay, but he's going back to Dortmund. Mark Ball is worth 2.7 million, sorry. Vitor, it's going to be... We should be able to get him, shouldn't we? Leeds haven't got promoted. They don't play him. I feel like that partnership between Mateo and Vitor is developing nicely, and it's fairly solid. If we can improve the fullback positions, then I think we'll have a good defence. But we've got valuable players, Ramirez, Mateo, Flanagan. I guess it's because we've been promoted to the Premier League. It might go up even more, actually, when it's all been reset completely. Let's have a look at some key statistics in the championship then. I do like to look at this. By the way, Mark Ball, top average rating, top goal scorer. Mateo, 3rd highest average rating. Luna, most man of the matches. Cochrane, 3rd highest number of assists. Flanagan, joint 2nd highest number of yellow cards. We do like to pick up a yellow card, don't we? Distance covered. I always quite like to look at this. Cochrane is top. He covered 558.6 kilometres this season. Ramirez 3rd. TUCAKOVIC 6th. We ran around a lot, didn't we? Average distance per game, Cochrane drops to 2nd, but still exceptional from our midfield here. Our main midfielders there, all on that list. Average rating-wise, Mark Ball, Mateo, Luna, TUCAKOVIC, Ramirez, and Vitor all in there. Special stuff. Headers 1. Mateo 4th. Let's go down a bit. Shots on target. That's an important statistic. Luna was actually top of that. Mark Ball 3rd. Shots on target percentage is actually a centre-back, John Suter. It's quite random. Luna 3rd. Mark Ball down in 16th for that one. Conversion rate. Mark Ball 7th. Key passes. Ramirez at the top. Mark Ball 2nd. I mean, he's actually really good at linking up play. He's got decent vision and passing stats for a striker. Cochrane and TUCAKOVIC up there as well. We have dominated this, haven't we? Statistically, we have been magnificent this season. We really have. Maybe past completion we don't feature because we don't play as direct as we used to, but we're still fairly direct, aren't we? Dribbles per game, are we going to be on there? Cochrane's up there, that's nice to see. Defending wise, I imagine Mateo and Vitor will be on this list, won't they? No, Flanagan. I suppose tackling's more of a midfielder thing. Mistakes leading to goals, good, we're not on there. Key tackles, Vitor and Mateo towards the top. Key headers, Mateo, Vitor on there. Interceptions made, Mateo and Vitor. There's a theme here. They were just fantastic overall. Good average ratings. Saves actually. I quite like looking at this. Bayliss is 10th. I think we need to improve our goalkeeper. I mean, saves parried, Bayliss at the top, and saves held 10th. Not bad at all. It was the same with Okoro. Okoro was at the top of these when we were thinking about replacing him. My plan is Bayliss will be our number 2 in the Premier League. We'll sign a really top quality goalkeeper, hopefully. And Okoro will be number 3. He will maybe play in like the Hampshire Senior Cup games and that sort of thing. Because he is a club legend and he has to stay at the club. He's still got a year left on his contract as well. So he'll definitely be staying. But he's 29 now. Amazing, really. Fawkes is 30, by the way. Ray Rigg, he's 29. Hilarious that they're still here, really. I'll show you the club in a bit more detail in the Revelations video, but just an overall sort of picture. We're now a 2.5-star reputation team. Financially, we're still okay. It's gone down. We've actually lost money this year. But just think of all the Premier League money coming in. We'd be, if we don't make money next year, there'll be something seriously wrong. But we'll have a look at that in a lot more detail in the Revelations video. We'll have a look at the records, etc., and all that stuff. So make sure you tune in for that one. What else do I need to show? Well, I guess we'll have a look at all the other leagues, shall we? Premier League. This is the division we're going to be in next season. So we're not going to be taking on Crystal Palace, Newcastle or Reading because they have been relegated, but we will be playing Liverpool, who are champions for the second season in a row. Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, Man City, West Ham, Everton, Burnley, Huddersfield. They did very well, 10th place. Brighton, Leicester, Bournemouth, Wolves, Aston Villa, West Brom and Southampton. There's some really big teams in there. We've got a tiny diddy stadium. We're going to have to increase the capacity, so we might end up playing at Southampton Stadium whilst we wait for everything to be improved. I imagine that's what's going to happen. If we play somewhere else, I suppose we could play at Reading. It's not too far away. It needs to be a stadium of 12,500 people. So there's Portsmouth, Southampton, Reading. Is there any other teams in close vicinity? I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully we don't go too far away. But yeah, looking forward to it. Relegated from the Championship, Walsall, Barnsley and Ipswich. We're going to be playing Norwich and Watford next season. So it's a really tough Premier League next year, I think. League One, Cardiff, Sunderland and York City promoted. That's interesting, isn't it? Look at this. They've had a lot of growth in recent years. All the way up to the champ. I like that. I do like York as a city. It's a lovely place and they deserve a bit of footballing glory, I think. Bristol City, Chesterfield, Southend and Boreham Wood relegated to League Two. Bristol City have had a torrid time, haven't they? Bristol Rovers still in the Championship, of course. League Two was won by Grimsby Town. Blackpool, Leyton Orient and Bury have gone up with them. Boston and Crawley relegated to the National League. We weren't playing here. We were playing here not that long ago, really. Ebbsfleet and Telford have been promoted to the Football League. Maidstone, Woking, Chorley and Welling United are relegated. And we'll have a look at the National League North and South as well. Darlington and Stafford promoted with Stalybridge, Celtic, Gateshead and Histon relegated. And lastly, the National League South. Hemel Hempstead and Staines promoted. Winchester City relegated. Our rivals have gone down. Hastings and Hornchurch also relegated. Wow. You know, they were fairly close to getting promoted to the Football League at one point. No, they weren't. They got promoted to the National League and were relegated straight away. But they've done very well, but they have now been relegated again. And it's a shame. I kind of like to see them do quite well. It's nice to have a healthy rivalry, and we don't have any rivals in the Football League these days. So that's a bit of a shame. I don't know if we can eventually develop a rivalry. Probably have to play for a long time. You can develop rivalries on Football Manager these days. But yeah, Winchester City have gone down. We'll have a look at the FA Cup. I'll probably show a few other things in the Revelations video at the end, kind of like the other leagues and that sort of thing, because a few people have asked to see that. But we'll just have a look at the English Cups for the time being. Man City beat Everton in the most recent final. The League Cup was won by Bournemouth on penalties, beating Chelsea. That's nice to see, isn't it, after all these big teams winning. Charity Shield, doesn't really matter this one. Liverpool managed to win that. Football League Trophy, won by Brentford, beating Rochdale. FA Trophy, competition we won not that long ago. Well, it was quite a long time ago now, actually. Ebbsfleet beat Carlisle in that one. And of course, we won the Hampshire Senior Cup. That's kind of been overlooked a bit. It doesn't really matter to us these days, does it? We really will put out weaker teams next year, I reckon. Okoro and goal, who will be hopefully our third choice goalkeeper by that point. Andy Oliver had a good time in this competition, but he's got one more year on his contract. He's probably going to have to be fourth choice next year, maybe fifth choice. It depends who we bring in, really. But we've had a nice time in the Hampshire Senior Cup. We've won it 3 times. We've lost 2 finals. We're now only 1 behind Aldershot, who are the all-time winners of this competition. And we should hopefully still continue to win this competition, because although I don't really care about it, the players we're putting out are strong enough to win this competition. So I think we'll end it there. Fairly short recap this season, because I'm going to focus on a few things in the Revelations video and I don't want to repeat myself too much. So I hope you're looking forward to that. I hope you're looking forward to the Premier League. Our first season in the Premier League. It's exciting. I'm excited. Hope you're excited. Let me know your predictions. Remember to vote for your player of the season on Twitter via the link in the description below, and also your goal of the season. If there's anything else you want to ask me, let me know. I'll go through the player spreadsheet in the Revelations video as well, looking at all-time top goal scorer, etc. But until next time, enjoy FM19, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you very soon in the Premier League.